Good evening, VV Nation. My name is Ryan. Welcome to the channel. Happy Monday, everybody. Hope everyone had a great weekend. Well, there's been big news this weekend, right? I'm sure you opened up your portfolios, you looked on the news this morning, you saw exactly what jumped up over the weekend. That is going to be Bitcoin, right? We saw the executive action coming out of the White House. We're going to take a look at some news here, see what President Trump has done as far as, making progress for a Bitcoin or crypto strategic reserve. So tonight's presentation, I've got some articles for you about this space, especially, if you own crypto, if you're thinking about, diversifying into some of these crypto places. I do have a watch list put together for you with, Bitcoin, Ethereum, leverage, non-leverage ETFs, as well as some other ticker symbols that you can utilize to play this space going forward. So if this is something that you're interested in, stick around and let's get started. The new administration, being crypto's savior over the weekend, announced the strategic Bitcoin reserve or crypto reserve will be going forward. Now, the big development here, it's not just going to be Bitcoin and Ethereum like a lot of people were expecting, right? There's also going to be XRP, Cardano, Solana. So there will be some of the other top market cap cryptocurrencies when it comes to this reserve. I've said it plenty of times on this channel. It doesn't matter what I think about crypto. It matters what the world thinks about crypto, right? The US government adopting this, crypto reserve going forward is a huge step. But the next step is going to be America's corporate balance sheet. So you can see the article right here. Something I found pretty interesting here. Look at this. A whopping 79 public companies hold Bitcoin. But other than Tesla, this one I found pretty interesting here. Look, GameStop coming back into the picture here, caught up with the whole meme stock frenzy, is rumored to start investing in crypto rather soon. Now, the other big companies, the Mag 7 companies, we've heard talks about Microsoft, Amazon putting Bitcoin, digital assets on their balance sheets. But look at this. Early attempts to bet big company treasury teams to look at Bitcoin have failed, most notably Microsoft, right? I did a story on this. The shareholders voted against Microsoft's ability to put Bitcoin or other cryptos as digital assets on their balance sheets. Now, here's a list of publicly traded companies that already have Bitcoin or crypto as an asset on their balance sheet. Now, most of these companies are not going to be a surprise here. A lot of them are mining companies. You got MicroStrategy, obviously at the top of the list here, holding a whopping value of $45 billion worth of Bitcoin at this time. Right below that, we've got Mara, Riot Platforms, Tesla, holding just over $1 billion worth of Bitcoin on its balance sheets at the moment. We got CleanSpark, Hut 8, Coinbase, Block Inc. So obviously a lot of these companies here holding Bitcoin did gap up this morning. And if you're looking, for companies with exposure to Bitcoin but not trying to invest in digital assets or crypto themselves, this list here, great place to start out with. If I scroll down here, something also I found very interesting. If you look at the country of origins, the countries are pretty diverse. I mean, US and Canada are leading the charge here. A lot of companies located around the world, as you can see here, are putting digital assets on their balance sheets. All right, if you don't feel comfortable, buying crypto directly, here's a list of stocks and ETFs that can give you exposure to this space, right? At the top of the list, we've got Robinhood. I've been talking about this over the last 12 months. As long as Bitcoin has been, on a tear, Hood has been, a great momentum play to play off the coattails of Bitcoin's rally. On top of that, we have BTC. This is just a one-to-one Bitcoin by Grayscale. And here we have Coinbase Global, obviously a crypto exchange that's publicly traded. Next up, we've got BitX. This is 2 times leveraged Bitcoin. So if you want to, leverage your exposure to Bitcoin, again, it can be volatile in nature, right? Because it is going to be 2 times leveraged. Just because it's up 15% today doesn't mean it can go down 15% when Bitcoin does take a hit. So I want to give you fair warning of that, right? But if you want to leverage your position, this is a great way to do it. Here we've got ETH. This is Ethereum Grayscale 1-to-1 as well. We've got ETHU, which is also a leverage ETF. So if you want to leverage your exposure, great way to do it here. Also, we do have MicroStrategy MSTR. This is the largest this is the largest corporate owner of Bitcoin at this time, up 2% right now. Greatly overvalued in my opinion. We valued at $64. Right now it's trading at $262. We saw the article here. It had about $45 billion worth of Bitcoin on its asset sheet, and the company is currently at a $62 billion market cap at this time. So if I keep scrolling over, in the last stock here, I've got a miner being Mara Digital. It's up 2.84% right now. We value the company at $11, currently trading at $14. When you compare price action to value, this would be the closest to the valuation here. While Robinhood and Coinbase are about double what we currently value the company to be worth, and MicroStrategy, MSTR, greatly overvalued by several 100% here. You can see the relative safeties. As far as the stocks, MicroStrategy does have the highest relative safety. And with RT relative timing, the trend right now is Robinhood. I personally like Robinhood a lot. I've been talking about the company a lot. It's the only stock here with buy recommendation. You can see the forecasted data, the sales growth rate, and the earnings growth rate. Other than MicroStrategy, these numbers here are phenomenal. But Robinhood and Coinbase, clearly the winner when it comes to forecasting data. Now let's go ahead and jump into the price action of Bitcoin and see what opportunities are presenting themselves on the chart. Here's Bitcoin going back quite a few years here. This is the monster cup and handle formation I've been speaking about. Last fall, we see the breakout clearly into today's price action. So let's zoom in. With the news breaking out of the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve, we see this large candlestick here. But one thing I do see for concern, look at this level of resistance coming in. We're seeing rejection right at that level here. So I'd like to see Bitcoin, at least stay above 89,000 would be my first level support here, which would be this prior wick around 89,200. You can see we're approaching that right now, just a couple $100 away from it. Otherwise, I would use 85,000 as a level support for Bitcoin going further. But if you want to be more conservative in nature, here's a downward trend line on Bitcoin as of recently. So if we can get price action above this trend line here, showing more optimism for the bulls, hey, I get it for my more conservative investors and traders. Now, I hope everyone enjoyed tonight's presentation and give you some stocks and ETFs, to play the momentum of the space as we get more updates on these, state and national reserves going forward. Now, if you enjoyed tonight's content, you found it useful, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel so that way we can keep you updated on the market going forward. Again, my name is Ryan. Everyone have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you Wednesday night.